Hey, if you've ever wondered why you need to start creating content right now and how it'll benefit your business right now and in the long term, stick around and watch today's video through until the very end, as I'm about to share with you a story that I have in working with a client that illustrates the value of creating content long term, but then also of creating content in the short term. As always, if this is your first video, my name is Misha Wilson, and over the course of the last few years, I've now done over $40 million in total sales online. So everything I'm going to be teaching you here in this video is based on actual applied knowledge and not just theory. And as always, if you get value out of this video, please let me know in the comments section below what your biggest takeaway is. Hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button so that you're notified when I do more videos just like this. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right in.
Welcome to the Misha Wilson Show, where we show you how to create massive success online so you can enjoy the lifestyle of your wildest dreams.
All right, so what I want to be talking about here today, or what I'm going to be talking about here today, is a conversation that I had with a mentorship student and a lesson that I shared with them that will essentially give you context for why you need to start creating content now and how it will help you in the long term, but also in the short term. All right, so this is a client that we've been working with that's doing really well with a lot of things. And I'm sharing this lesson not to, talk badly about her, because she's doing amazing for a lot of things, but just to share a lesson because I know a lot of people think the exact same way because, well, I still think this way sometimes, right? So essentially we had a call a few months ago and I had kind of told her, all right, we need to start, getting you moving on YouTube. Let's get you started creating content and let's get that process rolling, right? And obviously, we're in the holiday season. There's a lot of stuff going on. And for one reason or another, it kind of got backburnered and it was not the thing that was focused on the most. And so when we had our follow-up call, we realized that we didn't really make progress on this thing. And she really desperately wants to start making sales right now. And when she looks at YouTube, when she looks at everyone creating content on YouTube, she very quickly starts to feel like, holy crap, there are 10,000 people out here creating content. They have hundreds of thousands of followers. I have none. I've created one video total. No one's going to listen to me. No one's going to buy from me. And why should I start creating content now? I want something that will make me sales faster. All right. And that then kept her from taking action in the past, which kind of creates the cycle of not starting the actual process. And so what I told her was twofold. All right. Firstly, what you have to understand, because I've been there myself, and the truth is, look, we have about 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have not prioritized YouTube the way I should have over the course of the last, 6 years and doing $40 million in sales. If I had, I'd have a few million subscribers, right? And so when I get on the platform, oftentimes I think and I feel the exact same way. The truth is, though, that there's no way to go from 20,000 subscribers to 2 million subscribers, or to go from 0 subscribers to 20,000 subscribers without starting the process where you are right now. All right. And that thought process that she was having, that I still have to this day sometimes myself, is the thought process that in of itself keeps you from starting to begin with. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but for every single person watching this, if you haven't created content in the past, there is absolutely one thing I can guarantee you above and beyond all else. All right. And that's this. When you start creating content for the very first time, your content is not going to be super high quality. Your content is not going to be as good as it's going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, etc. All right. When I look back on videos of myself, 5, 6 years ago when I was first getting started, 7 years ago now, time flies. My videos were absolutely horrible, but I started them, I got them out of the way, and as a result, they've contributed to me doing over $40 million in total sales. All right. So the first thing to understand is that, perfect is the enemy of done, and sometimes good enough has to be good enough. When it comes to your content, when it comes to getting started, when it comes to just doing it, you just have to start doing it, understanding that we all start in the same place at one point in time or another. And the faster you start, the faster you get to a point where it's actually better, higher quality content that gets more views, it gets more traction, that, ultimately makes more sales. And that's really the long-term goal of content. But the other thing is that there's a short-term benefit of starting to create content. And so what I always teach people to do is pick a, content creation strategy for long term and pick a paid traffic strategy for short term. Now, when it comes to paid traffic, there are three types of traffic that ultimately you're going to go after, right? There's cold traffic, warm traffic, and hot traffic. Now, cold traffic is people who don't know who you are and have never heard of you. Warm traffic is then people who know who you are but have not purchased. And hot traffic is people who have purchased and are likely to buy again. So when you place an ad on Facebook or on YouTube, whatever the platform, usually what will happen is you'll have a very small percentage, 2-3% of people to go from cold immediately to hot, right? Essentially going from cold traffic to buyers. And then you'll have about 97% of people on your list that end up being cold traffic on your list, needing to be warmed up in order to get them to the point where they're going to buy. And if you have a list of, let's say, 10,000 people and it's sitting there and all you're doing is mailing sales message after sales message after sales message, and they don't have a relationship with you, they don't know who you are, they don't know what you stand for, they don't know what you stand against, they don't know who you are as a person, they're not, provided any value through a video just like this one, you're not doing anything to bring that group of people, that traffic, from cold traffic who don't know who you are to warm traffic, people who know who you are but have not purchased yet. And so for the short-term benefit of creating content, what you have to look at is the simple fact that if you're spending money on ads, the minute you start spending money on ads, you want to go ahead and start creating content, because then when someone opts into your list, they can come into your list, you can mail them to your actual YouTube videos, just like this one. That brings them from cold ultimately to warm. It brings a percentage of the people closer to being a hot buyer, someone who's purchased and is likely to buy again, and ultimately it starts the process. What you are always trying to do is you're constantly trying to build your list by turning traffic to control and don't control into traffic that you own, email list subscribers, and you're constantly trying to bring that traffic from cold traffic to warm traffic to hot traffic, ultimately as someone who has purchased your product, purchased your service, and someone who is likely to purchase again if you, of course, provide good value with your product, which you always should. All right, so look, whether you're optimizing for the short term or the long term, content should absolutely be part of your strategy in your business. Start creating content now so that you can get over the initial hump of not having the best, highest quality content, so that you can get comfortable behind the camera, and so that you can start the process, so ultimately you'll get where you want to go faster. But understand there are benefits both in the long term, but then also in the short term in starting right now. So with that said, I hope you got a ton of value out of today's video. If you did, please let me know in the comments section below what your biggest takeaway was. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button below to get notified when I do more videos just like this.